Hey, Kathleen, can you hear me? Hi, Clay, as I drop something. I'm okay. I'm a little tired, but it's tired in a good way. And mom's mom, I don't know. I don't know how she is. How are you? How are you both? Yes, you're ready for more crafting? Or yes, you've been crafting. I thought I'd give you all these beautiful butterflies to look at, so hopefully nobody's freaked out by them. I know one person that does get freaked out by them. But tonight is about beauty abounds and botanical butterflies. So anyway, they are pretty. We're not going to use these tonight, but they are part of the set. But I'll talk about that when we get a few more people on. I'm probably going to do a separate video on them on Thursday. You're doing some construction work. Come work on my house next. Oh, wow, Kathleen. That's amazing. I need a bestie like that. They are pretty. I have to clean them up in a minute, but I'll wait a few minutes because it's not quite 7 yet. Oh, paper construction. Ah, okay. I actually need to do that too. Yeah, I guess it would. I actually got a surprise today too. Totally unexpected. I got this box. I came home from taking a walk with my daughter at lunchtime because it actually hit 59 degrees Fahrenheit here today, and I couldn't stand to not go out. So I came home and there was a box from a Lisa, and I recognized the name. She's Charlisa's Crafty Corner here on YouTube. And I recognized what was in it. I had to open it because I thought maybe she sent it to the wrong Deb, because you know there's Deb Hendrick and stuff like that, because I really was not expecting anything. And I'm going to do a video on it. I just haven't had chance. But I got a beautiful card. This whole thing is a card in here. And this whole loaded envelope thing. And I had seen her on, she was part of a collab with I Am Mama 24. It was a 10,000 subby collab like a week ago, I think, or over the weekend. I forget exactly when. And she made this, and she said she was making it for someone who had a birthday in that month. And I didn't think it was me. I actually thought with the colors that it was for Dawn at Dare to Be Creative, because she said she likes red and black. And I do too, but no clue it was coming to me. Hi, Paige. So yeah, it was. And in fact, I emailed her and I said, "Are you sure you sent this to the right Deb?" She said, "Yes, I'm sure." It took a little while, so I didn't want to open it on air and then have it not be for me, you know. So, but yeah, she said it was for me. So I'm very blessed to have received this, and it smells so good. I don't know whether she has like soap or something in here. It just smells so good. If it's her perfume, I need to know what it is because it smells wonderful. You're going to be in the 20s again on Saturday? Yeah, we're going to have rain the next 3 days and be in like the 40s and maybe 50s. And then next week, we're supposed to have 3 days of snow. I just, You dreamed about having a house done in red? You know, when I was growing up, those colors didn't enter our house. They weren't present in our house. And on one of my very first business trips, I had to go to New York City for oh no, Paige. I had to go to New York City for a training, and I stayed at, oh gosh, the famous big hotel. What was it called? Oh darn it. Anyway, I walked in and the walls were all gold and black and flocked, and it was gorgeous. But it was nothing I was used to. Sort of, I guess to me it would look like old Italian or something like that now, and I don't know. It's just very different from anything I'd ever experienced as a child because we didn't have a lot of money and we were like middle class, probably middle of the middle class. Anyway, 3 to 4 inches of snow. You know what though, Paige? I wish we would get one decent snow and then it would be over. Because instead we're getting 1 to 3 inches with mixed rain and sleet and snow, and then it comes back 2 days later or 3 days later and it's all over again, and it's just enough to make it messy. Hi, Nix. Now, Nix and I have a story too because she won my Valentine flip book I had made. And I sent it to the wrong address, and they forwarded it to somebody in Indiana, which is not where Nix is, and it got delivered today to somebody. So I'm going to have to make her a new one because who knows whether that somebody will be kind enough to say, this isn't for me, and return to sender or something. And I have to go to the post office and see if there's anything that can be done, but I doubt it, and that's my fault. So I need to, I don't know if, I hope I have enough paper. I'm not sure I have enough of that same paper, but I'll see. Well, it was her former address like maybe 2 years ago or something, and I guess somebody else had lived there after her, and that's who they forwarded it to, I guess. But her name was on it, so I don't know. I'm so sorry, Nix. I feel so bad about that. Oh, no, it's not all right. It's not all right, but we'll figure something out. Maybe they, well, it kind of was my fault because I should have checked your address. So from now on, even if I think I have everybody's address, I'm going to ask for it again every time there's a winning. Hi, Lil from Illinois. Are you getting snow too? Thank you, Kathleen. Yeah, it makes me feel bad. And then I really felt bad because I got this package from Lisa today. And I was like, I don't deserve this. It's so beautiful though, but that'll be a separate video tomorrow morning probably. I don't think I'll have enough energy tonight to do the video tonight. Okay, guys, so I'm going to start off with my sales spiel. No, that looks backwards to me. Is that backwards to you? Why does that look backwards to me? Anywho, we're going to be doing Beauty Abounds Cling Stamp Set tonight. Okay, good. Thank you, Kathleen. And these beautiful Butterfly Beauty Thinlits, which I just, the preview on the screen that was up was showing what I cut out of these. And I'm not going to use, I'm going to use some bits out of these tonight, but I'm not going to use these big ones that I was just showing. And the reason I'm not going to is because there's some tricks to them, and I just kind of figured out one of the tricks to them tonight to get them to come out right, because the reason these are cut in pieces because I couldn't get some of the dies, the paper to pop out of some of the dies. So I cut them and made them into individual little butterflies, and I'll still use them. But I was frustrated and I didn't want to come on and have a card and have it not work. So I watched some other videos and I found a couple techniques, and I think I was going to do a Technique Thursday video on Thursday about the cling stamps and what to do and how not to do. Well, I have one solution, which is, but I did. For these, I did. That's one of my tricks. But there's other ways too, and I just have to practice more so that I look halfway intelligent about it on Thursday, and then I'll do that as my Thursday technique video and maybe a bonus card on Thursday. But that won't be a live. Oh, I never heard of that fabric sheet. But I will say, even with the wax paper, this die pops out pretty easy. I mean, you do have to go around and poke these little holes out here. This die, this one up here, and I think, I don't remember if it was this one or this one. I think it was like opposite corners. Those had some difficulty. And I never heard of a cut tidy. I have my roller brush. I have my take your pick pokey tool on the end, or this pokey tool. And if you roll it, but nothing worked. The paper just hadn't cut. And I think what's happening is I have a big kick. It's not a big shot. And I think these are sort of, my plates are probably getting old, and they're sort of bent on the plate. They're not getting the pressure that the other ones are getting. So even with the wax paper, I had to fiddle with them a little more. So I'm going to play around a little bit more, and then I'll write it all down, and I'll do a demonstration. I'll have to look that up. A cut tidy. Thanks. I'll check into that. So anyway, these are what we'll be using. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love for you to shop with me. And if you do shop with me, here's the February host code, ZSA6SGBR. And with that, I'm going to get started. I think I only have 3 cards for you tonight. And I'll just show you. Oh, that's the other thing. Kind of funny. Kind of sad and funny at the same time. I put all my cards for tonight in a stamp case, and I put them with the dies and the stamps. And I came up to my studio at 6 o'clock tonight. I couldn't find them. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do my live. I don't know where my cards are. I found them. They were close by. So yeah. Anyway, so the first card, you're going to say, well, wait, that's not butterflies. This is the first card. So surprise, it actually is. Remember, it said Beauty Abounds meets Botanical Butterflies. Here's the Botanical Butterflies. This is the paper I've shown you before. I had a scrap of this, so I wanted to use that. And I don't know, I was kind of feeling like I wanted to do a manly kind of card. And so I used the black gingham. And then this one has black polka dots, and that's what we're going to use for our card tonight because I didn't have any more scrap for the black gingham. And then you have this Highland Heather floral with black and white butterflies. And then you have this Daffodil Delight with all these little butterflies, and we are going to use that tonight. We are going to also use some of the back of that tonight. Then you have this sort of ombre look with Daffodil Delight going to Grapefruit Grove and all those colorful butterflies and black and white stripe. And then we have this light green, which I think, I'm not going to say what it is because I might be wrong. And then black, oops, sorry, it got fuzzy. Okay, there we go, black and white butterflies. Hi, Therese, how are you? You just pulled out that paper today, but then couldn't cut into it. It was hard the first time I cut into it too, but I have a new rule. I have to cut into my paper and use it because if I don't, I can't get any more. I do have a problem like that too, and that's one of the reasons Paige and I are doing the collabs. I don't know if you all saw the video I put up early today, and Paige put up early today. We're doing 2 new collabs, and one is Craft Our Stash cards on the 15th, and one is basically a kill a paper pad, but over the months of the year, not all in one month. Yeah, we all, anybody who's a paper crafter has trouble cutting into the paper. That would be great, Kathleen. Well, you're still live up until the end of this month, but yeah. So yeah, that would be great. And I'd love to have you back. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. It's a real basic card. And here's the inside. I didn't put any decorations in other than a little strip of the paper. So I'm going to put that up here in the corner. And I've already cut the pieces. Okay, great, Therese. That would be fabulous. You can chime in. You can play along. I hope that's what you mean. So I've already pre-cut, but let me show you the die I used was out of the Butterfly Beauty. It was this flourish here. And the papers I used obviously are the Botanical Butterfly. The Botanical Butterfly, guys, is in the Celebration catalog. So that's one of the ones you can earn by purchasing $50 worth of product. Then you can get that added on for nothing. Okay. Yeah, these dies, you get all these little butterflies too, and little teeny ones. And this is one in flight. Like here's well, there's a stamp that goes with it, or you can actually, I think, maybe I'm wrong, but let's see if I can do it. Yes, you can go like that and cut it out, the detail, or just have the frame of one you stamp. So, and then these layer. But for tonight, what I used is just this flourish, and I used Real Red, Basic Black, and Whisper White. Those are the colors. So let me put this back on here because I'll lose it. Okay, so really basic card. And let's see if I have a ribbon. I also used, and the ribbon I used was Real Red cotton ribbon, 3/8 inch. And I think that's in the annual catalog. So basically all I did, and I've already typed all these up to put on my blog, so they will be on my blog by tomorrow morning sometime. No, it's not more ribbon. It's actually cutouts. So here they are. I'm getting them tangled up, and I just laid them opposite directions, if I can figure out how I did that like that. Okay, so I'm actually going to use wet glue, and I'm using the Tombow multi-mono liquid glue available at Stampin' Up. And I did get too much there, so if I get too much, I just swish it into the inside so it doesn't ooze out the outer side. And I also try not to go more than a 1/4 inch or maybe an 1/8 inch, depends, into the center. I'm going to put this down first. Wet glue gives you a chance to align it a little bit better than if you use some of the other things, they don't. Yeah, I love the flourish too. Well, I will not use that wet glue on the flourishes. I'll actually use a fine tip. And that Stampin' Up sells too. Fine tip glue pen. So the next thing is, now tonight we're going to use this one because I had a strip, I think I had to cut it a little bit, but not too much. So the next thing we're going to do is wrap the ribbon around that about in the middle. I'm going to get my glue dots out. And put it on the back, actually, about in the middle, which my judgment is not exact, but yeah, not exactly. Let me put another one on, sort of in the middle. There we go. And one on the other end. Okay, and then let's see which side I like better. This one. I'm just gonna put that on. Now you could use Scotch. I shouldn't say that. You could use regular clear tape if you wanted to. Let me get my snips out. I have a little box over here I throw everything in while I'm crafting. And I think actually I'm going to put a glue dot. Let me get my scrapey tool. I'm going to put a glue dot right in the center. It won't show because it's going to be under something, but I just like to tack it down in the middle. Okay, now we will glue that down. And I put a little extra on the ribbon just to make sure it holds down. You don't want to squeeze the glue bottle real hard, Clay. You just You sort of just gently push on it. Uh-oh. Well, that was a mistake. Okay. Pull it up. Did you see what I did? I got it too long. Oh, Deb. I'm going to use my old scissors to trim. Can't believe I did that. Yes, I can. That's how I roll. Okay. Oops. Now let me pull that back up. Stick the ribbon back down. Put a little more glue under there probably. Do you feel like the... Never mind. That might not be politically correct, so I won't say it. And it's crooked. We might be starting this one over. This was the easy card, too. Yeah, I think we will. Oh, my goodness. All right, let me get another piece of black. Talk amongst yourselves. I have to find my black paper, which usually is right at my fingertips. There it is. I'll get another piece of Whisper White. Okay, I'm back. I had to cut a little bit of paper. Okay, Kathleen. So I only scheduled 3 cards for tonight. Good thing, huh? Because the rate I'm going, we might be here for 5 hours. I don't know. Do you guys have stuff like that happen in your craft room? I doubt it. Hey, Kat, how are you? I'm just redoing a card I started because I messed it up. And now my fingers are all kind of glumpy, too. Anyway, let me get these out of the way. So I'm starting it over. Might have another piece of white. A little bit too big. Yeah, this is too big. So let me cut that. Cut a 1/2 inch off to start. On a positive note, I got a really nice walk-in with my daughter at lunchtime today in this beautiful weather. Well, this doesn't quite go all the way to the edge, but I'm going to go with it anyway. And I'll just make my next decorative paper a little bit shorter. And you can use snail adhesive if you'd like. Some kind of other adhesive. But it's a little bit over too, but it's good enough. Okay, now I have to see if I have another piece of polka dotted scrap. I do. Yay. A little bit of a big scrap, but that's okay. At least it's a scrap. So let me cut. Let me see what I need. So we know this is 5 1/2. And this piece is a little less than 3. And I think this was 2. Yep, I need a 2 inch by 5 and basically 5 1/2. Not quite 5 1/2. So I will be cutting that. Okay, thanks, Kathleen. How are you doing, Kat? Both cats. I'm going to go 5 7/8 and see if that'll work. Yep. Okay, so this is 2" by 5 7/8. That's our new scrap. And we're going to get the ribbon again and the glue dots again and hope we don't mess this one up. It's funny, it went so easy for me when I wasn't trying to show you guys. Okay, Kiki. Okay. So we have Kiki and Kat. Cool names. Not like Deb. Oh no. What's the matter? Just having a lot of pain, or you don't have to tell me if it's private. I understand. Well, I glued it down to the paper pad. And we'll cut that off. So again, I'm just using the cotton real red ribbon and trying to get it straight. Okay. Better. Much better so far if I don't get it all crooked on here. Okay. Oh, your back? Eesh. Sorry, back trouble is not fun. I have been fortunate, but I know family members that haven't been as fortunate. Knock on wood. Although I can say, as I'm getting older, I am feeling some pains I haven't had before. All right, so I'm standing up, trying my best to center this and get it straight. I think that's going to have to do, guys. Gonna have to do. Okay, so then we're going to reach for our Beauty Abounds set, and we're just going to get this little thanks out of here. Yeah, thanks. And that would be here. Now, these are the cling stamps. So, for Thursday's Technique Thursday, would you prefer I show you how to put the cling stamps together? Or would you prefer I just do a bonus card with some of these and talk about things I didn't even know till tonight on how best to get them out of the dies and some other tricks I've seen too. Both. Oh no. I'll be there all day, Paige. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. But these I've already put on, so we'll see. Which the butterflies I just showed. Okay, so I'm just knocking everything down. I'm using my Memento Tuxedo Black, and I'm just going to try and center this in this little tabby. It's about a 3/4 inch strip wide. There we go. And I actually did wash. Oh, I used Stays On. Excuse me. I thought it was my Memento. Doesn't matter, but I normally use Memento. Stays On's more for if you're going to be stamping on. And I don't know if this will come clean on here now because I should have used Stays On cleaner. It will. It's okay. Stays On's more for if you're doing on acetate or mixed media, or if you're going to be watercoloring. I believe that's right. Okay, one of the tricks with the clings is when you put them on your block and they have the label on, see? Carefully peel up at one little part, because don't try and yank the whole thing right up or it might tear the foam. So that's one tip. Okay, now I need my... I could do it with scissors, but the way things are going tonight, I'm not going to try it. So sorry for the noise, but I'm going to use the triple banner punch and stick this in the little, that must be a 3/4 inch slot. And I'm going to take it down here just a little. I do it till like the tip of the paper touches both sides, and then I pop. And then I'll do the other side, same thing. Now you can go on a bigger piece of paper, you can go all the way to the edge down here, but that would make me not have my word. So there we go. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and get dimensionals and stick that on. Now I'm going to use the mini dimensionals, and I'm going to go along the bottom and the top and not down the middle because that's where the ribbon is. So, and it already is kind of bumped up there. So here's another survey. Survey says, do you guys enjoy seeing the cards in these lives, or do you want to see a mix of cards and I don't know what else, like projects? Or let me know. Well, those are the minis, Clay, and these are the regular, and I like them both. They both serve their purpose. So, you know, here's like the regular size. I think the minis are fairly new, but they really come in handy. And I just got that stuck on there. Well, I like to make cards, Kat, but I also like to make projects, but you know, whatever the consensus is. I'll probably stick with cards at least through this month because I have them all scheduled out. I haven't made them all yet, but I have them scheduled. I thought I was being smart making them ahead, and then I couldn't find what I made. Now we're just going to try and center this over that ribbon and pop it down, and there we go. And get rid of these little mini papers, because otherwise they'll be on the floor later or on me. Now, I don't know what I do with my glue lid. There it is, all the way over there. I'm going to use the fine tip glue. And it unscrews. And I'm going to test it on a piece of scrap down here to make sure. Yep, it comes out beautifully. And let's see. Okay. And what I did here is I put it on the edge of this paper and onto the white like that, and tried to center it over the thanks. Yeah, maybe I'll mix it up with cards and projects. Projects take a little longer to prepare for, so, well, I don't know. Depends. Or maybe I'll do some, if I can learn how to do them myself, some fancy fold cards. So this is the fine tip glue. I probably should be using tweezers. And I just want to put that here. Mostly on the white, but over the polka dots too. I don't know if I got enough on that end. Okay. And then this one, I actually did the reverse, which means you have to flip it over. And like that. So what's everybody else been working on? I didn't stick to my schedule and focus today because it was so nice out. The walk messed me up, and then I had to, I think the last time I did a live, I was cooking dinner at 9 o'clock at night, so that Christopher would have something to eat when he came home at 11:30, plus I hadn't eaten. So today I said around 3:30 or so, I was going to cook dinner because I've been wanting to make this. Oh, you did? That's right. You said that too. Yes, I actually do. Here's the only thing I don't like about it. It has this really, really fine metal tip, and sometimes my old eyes can't seem to figure out how to get it in, but sometimes I do. Like that time went in pretty good. Sometimes I sit here and like, yeah, a couple times and try and get it. But yes, it does work. It seems to stay wet a tiny bit longer than art glitter glue does, which I actually like because it gives me a second or more to reposition stuff. Okay, so there's the outside, and then we're just gonna glue our little polka dot strip onto the side of this and make sure it's the right size. It's a 1/2 inch strip by whatever this is, which is probably 4 inches. Okay, now you don't want to come out. There we go. You forgot the name of what? The art glitter glue. Notice I'm not using that tonight. I have it here. And it's still my fave, frankly, but these glues are fine. They work fine for making cards. I don't know I would definitely, if you're making journals and stuff though, I'd use either the double-sided tapes or the art glitter glue, or a combination of both. Somebody else mentioned some kind of pH glue that they said was their favorite, but I can't remember what that name was, and I never heard of it before. I forget who I was watching that said that. There we go. Card number 1, finally done. Oh, no, it isn't. We forgot the jewels. We have to have the bling and the jewels. These are the red rhinestone basic jewels that are in the annual catalog. They were also in the holiday catalog. And I'm just going to get my take your pick tool and put a bunch on. No, it was something pH. It was, oh gosh, I can't even remember. I watched so many videos the other day. I can't remember whose video it was. But a very experienced, like a journal maker person. Anyway. I watch, when things pop up on my sidebar and they look interesting, I'll go watch them, even though I've never heard of whoever it is. And sometimes I learn something new, and sometimes I get bored and move on to the next one. No, it didn't start with pH. It was some name, pH something, and I don't remember, but it was a liquid. It was a liquid glue, and the person said it was the very best glue they'd ever used. And it was a U.S. person. It wasn't a British person, or another foreign country, because sometimes they have glues, and like Australia, we don't have. What's it called, Clay? Ta-da! Which one do you like better, the gingham or the dots? I think they're both pretty. Pin flare. Never heard of it. Yeah, right, Paige. Hours later, we're still watching. I know, and I have a bad habit of sitting down with my cup of coffee or tea in the morning to watch videos, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, 2 hours later. Kalal. I haven't heard of either one of those. I guess you don't like either one of these because nobody said gingham or dots. Anyway, that's our first card. Now let me find my container. Second one's a little more colorful. This is the next one we're going to do. It's in Daffodil Delight. Gonna take me a little bit because we're gonna have stamping and coloring, and I'm gonna use the Stamparatus because I had to get this all on one sheet of paper. And then it's just plain on the inside. But this is colored with my Stampin' Blends in Dark and Light Daffodil Delight and Dark and Light Granny Apple Green. Now the colors that are in the butterfly, Botanical Butterfly, wasn't Granny Apple Green. It was like Lemon Lime Twist, but I don't have that in a blend. I don't think they have it available yet. Oh, sort of like E6000 does. Huh. That's good to know, Clay. But if we can't get it, it doesn't help us. Anyway. All right, so let me bring my Stamparatus up as soon as oh, here it is. Now this one, what I did is I did a strip first, and then I stamped this second. And I messed it up, so I cut. Now I did this on one, but I messed up the words, so I cut it, and then I did another one and stuck it under this and then put this on top. So we're going to try not to do that tonight. This little butterfly, now don't get mad, but the butterfly duet punch, which right now is not orderable, but it's going to come back, but not till probably the end of March or April or May, or maybe not till the next annual catalog, but it is carrying over to the annual catalog. And what that is cut out of, the punch works with the paper. I'm going to try and find the scrap I have to do it with. I think I have it in my next card. It's out of this paper. Except we want to look for a green one. So this is the orange that we're going to use in the next card, which I'll show you in a minute. But right now we have to stamp. So this is our Stamparatus. I'm going to turn it this way, take this off, and set it aside. I could have just put it on the top, but I want to do it in this direction because it's just easier for me. And I already have the words on here, so let me line this up so the words go good, and then I'll put the flowers on. Hush now? About what? Hush about what? You know what's really funny, Clay, is oh, well, it's on like back order, but they put it under not orderable just because the back order is not going to come in before the sale is over. So yeah, let's see, I have to do it this way, and then let's see if that's lined up good. Maybe just down a little bit and over. That looks pretty good, right? It's coming back. It's going to be in the annual, which will come out for you guys June. For me, May. And this time I will use my Memento Tuxedo Black. Right next, yeah. Just about perfect. Oh no, I want it to be perfect. Good enough. Close enough for Deb for tonight. Okay. I love the Stamparatus. The only other one, well, I had the Tim Holtz big one, but I never used it. And you know what I forgot to do? It's okay because it's working. I think that's good enough, actually. And I would take my chamois, but it's just easier right now because I haven't cut my other new chamois. It's easier for me to just wipe these off with a baby wipe right now, which they do not recommend because of lint, but oh well. I'll clean them better on the chamois later, because the chamois actually does get into these grooves and stuff a little better than just using a wipe. Okay, let me put them away. You know what? I'm going to leave them on there just in case I have to do another redo or something. I got a little smudge there, but I'm going to figure out what to cover that with. Okay, so let's color. I'm going to have to put a... I might have the ribbon going the other way tonight. Let's color. I am not the best colorist. Yeah, I don't think these do either. The Costco here is like 40 minutes away, so I don't generally go there. All right, I'm going to start with the light. Some people start with the dark, but I like to color the petals. I'm going to do all the flowers in yellow. And this is hopefully the light. I think so. Yes. And when you're coloring with blends, you always want to have paper underneath because they will bleed through. And also, you don't want to go, normally you don't want to go too close to the edges. Hi, Keisha's Creations. Hi, Alicia. Thanks for coming by. Wow. We have a crowd tonight, guys. Here's the first card we did. We're on the second one now. And then that's the one I did before the video. And this is the one I did almost twice tonight. I saw your trees. I did watch your video, Alicia. Beautiful. And your bracelet. So really nice. Alicia makes like gemstone wire trees. They're gorgeous. In fact, she made this one for me last year. It probably needs a little sprucing up here because it's been sitting up on my shelf. But anyway, yeah, like that. So, yep. Told you I had it right in front of me. It's on a little shelf. It's actually on top of my ink pad thing. Stamp Girl is Paige. One Peaceful Mind is Alicia. If I'm saying it right. Forgive me for looking down or in a way. I'll look up every now and then. And I probably could do one flower at a time, but it would take me all night. So I'm just coloring them all with the light Daffodil Delight. These are the alcohol markers, the blends. And I'm going to use the dark in a minute just to go over the flowers, and then I'll do the leaves. I don't do real well with all the artsy shading and all that stuff. I do a little bit, but not like some. I used to watch a lot of Art of Life Sheila. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She does beautiful coloring. And so I started watching her a while ago to learn, but I don't know if I've seen her posting lately. Not sure. Yes, I like it too. This is a stamp out of the Beauty Abounds stamp set here. So we stamped that and this these sentiments using the Stamparatus, which is this little gadget here. It's a stamp positioning tool so that if you need to put more ink on, you can do it without trying to align it yourself. And here I'm just using the dark now to go over the lines that are already there on these little flowers. And then I'll come back and go over them again with the light one last time and blend them. So not perfect, but yes, it is a stamping aid essential. I love it. I love the Stamparatus. I really do. I had the Stamp Perfect. That was the one I was using, but the hinges started cracking. And then they stopped making it, you know, because of Misty lawsuits or whatever. So I really like this one. It comes with 2 plates. The grid paper is extra, but it comes with the foam pad to use with photopolymer stamps. I'm just trying to blend those dark lines in now with this. Just add a little more color. I don't know if it really does or not, but oh well. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to start with, in just a sec, let me take a sip of tea. Which one did you find, Clay? Oops. Well, that got brighter. You have the Tim Holtz one? Yeah, it looks almost the same to me. I actually had the big Tim Holtz one, and I never took it out of the box because I was using the Stamp Perfect. And then I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and so I sold the Tim Holtz one to somebody else and got the Stamparatus. And it looks fine to me. Okay, why is this? Because my light is too close to that. Again. Sorry, guys, for the bouncing. All right, so now I'm going to do the leaves. Same way. This is the light Granny Apple Green. These Stampin' Blends, they come either individually or you can get the combo of the dark and light, which I highly recommend if you're going to get one of the colors. Get the whole combo so you can blend within the color. Which is one of the things I love about them. For those of us that aren't really artists. Oh my gosh, guys. The other, well, for Christmas time, right before Christmas, my little 6-year-old, well, she was 5 then, granddaughter, gave me a coloring page, and she had one for herself, and she said, "Grandmom, color this for Christmas, and I'll color it, and then we can trade." Well, I had forgotten to do it. I had it here, but I just never got around to it. And she had hers, and I saw it when I went one time, and it was on their refrigerator. And I said to my daughter, "Don't say anything. I'll get mine done," because she was kind of upset that she forgot to give Grandmom her picture. So I pulled out the crayons. I haven't colored with crayons in years. It's so hard to color with crayons after coloring with, you know, watercolor pencils and blends and Stampin' Write markers, and so it's so hard to color with crayons. Well, needless to say, I didn't stay in the lines very good. Yeah, it was cute. So finally, Saturday was my daughter's birthday, and we chatted and stuff, but I didn't actually get to go there Saturday, but I did go Sunday, and I dropped off her stuff, but I also took Haley's picture. I was like, I hope it's okay, because I really had trouble coloring with crayons. I should have used, it was a lot, though, with a lot of coloring, but she did a really good job, too. Almost as good as me, but I guess her little finger, she's used to dealing with those crayons. I don't know. Plus, I have a can. It's like a big cookie tin full of old crayons from like when my kids were little, and possibly even some from when I was little. I don't think so. I think they're mostly from when my kids were little. Anyway, but they're all dull, and I didn't have a crayon sharpener anymore, so I was like peeling the paper back and trying to use the edges of them. It was fun. A little frustrating, but fun. But it all worked out. And Haley was happy because she got to put my picture on the refrigerator instead of hers. It was cute. I'm just going to, I just did again the lines with the dark, and now I'm just going to go over them again with the light. So Paige was working on a project already that's for our end of month, which I haven't even started. I have another project I have to work on that's for another collab that I have to have posted on Sunday. That's what I was supposed to be making today. So, and tomorrow I'll have the morning, so I'll probably have to be working on that tomorrow morning, because then tomorrow afternoon I have to take my mother to the wound center, and unfortunately it's going to be warm still, but it's going to rain, which is no fun with her because she can't put shoes on. All right, so I have a little ink on here. So the ribbon we're using, I'm sad to say, is not available anymore, and I thought I had it out. Yep, I do. Just got buried. I'm wondering if I shouldn't put some here instead of up the middle. This is the card we were going to make. Or I could cut, I think I'm going to cut a little off the top and bottom and then go up the middle. Dance with the, oh yeah. No, we don't want to dance with the light like that. That drives me nuts. I don't know why it's a Logitech 1080 something. I don't know why it does that, but I am not that tech savvy. Oop, I used to consider myself sort of tech savvy, but now I don't know. Guess that's part of getting old too. Okay, there we go. Get that piece out of there. So it's going to be a little stumpier than it was on the other one, but we'll get some of that smudge off. Oops. And the other smudge will get covered by a jewel. I have a piece of something on me. Okay. Now we can go down the middle, because I think I like that better. Let's see how that's going to look on the black. Well, we might just have to cut the black down too. What do you think? Cut the black down or leave it big? The vertical is nicer to me too, but this is shorter now than it was on here, see, because I had to cut it because I had a smudge. So I'm thinking I'm going to trim the top and bottom of the black a little bit too. Yeah, thank you, Paige. I agree. So just under 1/2 inch cutting. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, goodness. Yep, I agree, Alicia. All right. I'm going to cut it about like that. No, I guess I didn't need to do that, but yeah, it's just easier for me to track. And let's see how that works. Still a little bit much, but better. A little more, I think. A little more. Need a bit more. 1/8 of an inch more, maybe. So what's everybody else working on? I bet Alicia's all done her next swap jewelry that I was supposed to make this weekend, but haven't even started. Okay, I think I've got it. I think I've got it. Is that going to look all right? You're just chilling. Keisha's working on your brother's present. Oh, cool. What are you making him? All right, we have to wrap this around first. Don't let me forget that. Glue dots. And you see the can you see that the blends show through? So you can't color on, you know, like directly on a card base because it will bleed through. Unless you're going to cover the back of the card base, and then it's fine. All right, so let me go around to the front. Okay. This ribbon isn't available anymore, unfortunately. This is one of the celebration items that sold out. It was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 pack, I forget. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I have all this ribbon. I'm going to use it as long as I can. I don't know if they'll bring it back in the next catalog or not. And I'm actually going to put another glue dot in the middle, and it will show, but we will cover that with a bling. So I want to kind of strategically place it. Okay. Okay. Just one, I think. Okay. Now let's glue that onto our black. Really? I think, you know what, when I made that card, I initially last week, I was like tired of the freezing cold and I just wanted it to be spring, so I got out Daffodil, and Daffodil Delight was one of the colors they said was coordinating with the Botanical butterflies. So I pulled it out and I thought, I'm going to use that. Excuse me. Yes, it's a really pretty color. Daffodils. A little bit down, Deb. A little bit over, maybe there. Okay. And then we put this on here. I'm not dotting tonight, but I didn't overdo it on the glue. I probably, not sure I'm happy with it being shorter, but I didn't really have much choice. We still have, yep, that ribbon's still going cattywampus a little bit. All right, now we pull out these beautiful blingy blings, and they are from the Occasions catalog. And of course, the piece that's on the back is off. But they are in the Occasions catalog, and they come in 5 colors in a pack. They're adhesive back sequins in Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist. I think this is Petal Pink, but don't hold me to that. Highland Heather, which is the purple, and Balmy Blue, which is sort of an iridescent color. So we're using Daffodil Delight. And I have one trying to escape here, so we're just going to use him and put him right up here where these dots are. And then we're going to use one right about here. And one on our glue dot right about there. Oops. I don't know if I have a hard. I have harder trouble with orange myself. I don't know, like the Grapefruit Grove colors. I have a little more difficulty with that. There. That's pretty good. Then on the inside, okay, I just put plain white on here, and I've already pre-cut that. So that is 1/4 inch in. So it's 5 1/4 by 4 across. So we'll just, I have fuzzies and dust falling everywhere here. We'll just glue that too. And then we'll be done card 2. How's our time? An hour. Well, I only did 3 cards for tonight, so maybe the next one, I don't remember. The next one has a little coloring too, so you'll see in a minute. And we'll put that on. Hopefully straight as Deb can get it. Now I could put a little flower or something here, but I didn't on this one. And actually, if I'd known I was gonna, that actually looks crooked to me now, but if I'd known I was gonna have that, I probably would have textured it or stamped in the background or something. But there's our card. Yes, yellow, orange, and brown. But you know what? The color for fall for yellow is crushed curry. And then they have pumpkin pie or Cajun craze. Those 3 for fall, and old olive. Perfect fall colors. I love them for fall. Yeah, so, yep. You are correct. And those are all, every single one of them is in the Regal color family. I love the Regals, and I love the brights, and I love the in colors, and the neutrals are just a necessity, right? Okay, so let's move on to card 3, which is this one. So this is using the Beauty Abounds, the Botanical Butterfly paper, which looks like this on one side, and it's this on the other. Yeah, I love this one. This is probably one of my favorites in it. And this is Daffodil Delight, so there you go. In the background, it's got little swirls in it. Can you see? So pretty. For a lion project. Anyway. Oh, we forgot our butterfly. Oh my gosh. We're not done this card. See, we had a little green butterfly up here. I knew something was missing. I just couldn't figure out what. All right, well, this is for this card, but I have to find a little green butterfly, and there's one right down here on the corner. So I'm just going to take that, and this duet punch, like I said, is no longer available right now, but it will be with the annual catalog that'll come out in June. So, oops. Oh, hi, Rosa. I love butterflies too. Can you tell? Butterflies and flowers, they are my thing. I feel bad because some people really do not like butterflies. So I'm using a mini glue dot, but I'm just going to roll it a little bit and stick it in the center of this butterfly. And stick it right up here on the top of that flower. There we go. That's our second card. Finished finally. Okay, so here's the third one we're going to do. And I am bringing in some Grapefruit Grove. Now this time what I'm coloring with is the Stampin' Up markers in Daffodil Delight and Grapefruit Grove, if I can find it. Grapefruit Grove is one of the in colors for 2018 to 20 in this pack here. And Daffodil Delight's part of the Many Marvelous Markers. Now, I didn't get exactly the same cut of the paper, so I thought we'd color this one in. It's the same butterfly, but it's just positioned different. And then we're going to put our little hello down here. And I think I'm going to do my stamping first and get that done. Ooh, ladybugs are pretty too. Although, Deborah. Hi, Deborah from Minnesota. Are you buried in snow or frozen? Okay, this is the inner white. On the inside of the card, I just stamped a little flying butterfly in black. So let me pull that out. And do that first. I did it the last time, but I want to do that, and then I want to stamp in Daffodil Delight our little hello. What makes for great variation. I agree, Kat. I don't know how well. Some people have had, you know, I guess if I saw like 1,000 blackbirds all together, or, you know, I'd freak out a little bit too. But I love birds otherwise. So I guess I could understand if somebody had a weird experience as a child or something. Okay, that's our inside piece. So cute. Let me close my ink up. And now I'm going to grab my Daffodil Delight, if I can find it. Here it is. Yep. Well, Rosa, when I see tons of them together, like lots and lots and lots, I always think of the Alfred Hitchcock movie that scared the daylights out of me when I was a little girl. So I was like afraid to watch TV for a month or something because of that. So I don't care for that. And it's funny because when I was working in Texas, actually, Clay, there was a time, I don't know, just one time I was down there, there were tons of birds on like all the way down the street on the telephone wire. And I was like, I don't know. Okay, now I need the little hello stamp out of the same stamp set. You're in Southwest Minnesota near Marshall. Oh, that's stamp, that's page. Oh, I would love to have hundreds of butterflies following my car. When I first moved into my house the first year, I love ladybugs, but we had like that year only was an infestation of them or something. I was a little bit flipped out by that too, but they're pretty. I just don't want them in the house. Like in between the windows. They were in between like my storm window and my other window. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp hello. Well, maybe I'm not because I pulled out the thanks. Bats are very prevalent. Bats are prevalent up here actually too. My friend Sue's house, she has them like, I think they're getting in through the loose bricks or something next to her chimney. but not into her downstairs or just up in her attic. My dad had some bats too. The butterfly paper, all of this is Stampin' Up. I'll show you the paper in a minute, Rosa. Hang on. Okay, it's a little off center, but it's okay. Everything's a little cattywampus tonight, guys. Usually I make these things the same day I'm going to do the live, but this time I thought I'm going to get ahead. I made them last week, and then I almost couldn't find them for tonight. I was in a panic, and I don't know, you kind of lose what you're doing. Okay, the papers, which the others that were here earlier saw, but these are from Stampin' Up. These you can't buy, though. You have to make a different $50 purchase, and then you can get them free. They're called Botanical Butterflies. So they're colorful on one side and then black and white on the other. And I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator, so that's why I'm showing them. Oh, stink bugs. Ugh. Yes. I would rather have that ladybug infestation than the stink bugs for sure. Black with white butterflies. Here's the one we're working with. It's yellow on one side and colorful with these beautiful butterflies, which we're going to color one in. Thank you, Alicia. And a stripe on that one, and then this green plants, and these can be colored in too. And I think, not sure, let me see something. Oh yes, and this one, when this becomes available again, this cuts out this paper. I just tried it with this one, and it fits on the big butterfly. You're welcome, Rosa. Now the stamp set I'm using, which is also butterflies, butterflies and florals, and the die set, which I'm not making a card out of these, but I'll probably be doing something with them on Thursday. I don't know what yet. That is this Butterfly Beauty Thinlits dies, and there's 2 sheets of them, which I've lost the other sheet. Here it is, which is this many dies in there. And these are 2 big dies, but they go with each other. So let me get these apart and make sure I'm doing it right. Yeah, this one. You have a detailed one and then a less detailed one, and you can just cut them out of paper and layer them if you want to, and there's other things you can do with them too, but really pretty. And that's just putting them together quickly. So I'll be doing something with them probably on Thursday. Rotation center cards. Do it, Clay. I don't even know what that means. That's how new I am to it. You guys are ahead of me, I'll tell you. All these wonderful ideas. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just glue the white onto the orange, because then I'm going to pop up the orange after I get the butterfly colored. And these are just scallop circle punches in 2 different sizes. Which I got a little crooked. I'm going to quickly pull that up. Okay. And we're going to set that aside. Set that aside, and now we're going to use these markers. These are not alcohol based like the ones we use for the other card. These are the Stampin' Write with brush tip on one end and the writing tip on the other end, like for journaling and stuff. And I'm just going to color, you know, nothing special. No shading or anything, because there's actually already some shading on these butterflies. I tried to keep these cards kind of easy tonight. Well, Stamp Girl doesn't need you to explain, but maybe I do. But it can wait for another time. I haven't done too many fancy cut cards. I've done a couple, but not too many. Let's see. I want to do the bottom here. I probably could have made those dots yellow, but I'm not going to worry about it. And then what I did is after I colored these, I put Wink of Stella on them. So pretty. Okay, now I just did Daffodil Delight on the rest. It means that you can cut out 2 identical images with your dies or fussy cut something and glue them. Oh, you can do that with these, actually. You can make one cut out and one just be an impression. And that, I'm not saying that right. Whatever you put in the hollow of one that was cut, you can lay the inlay. You can inlay it, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, well, maybe not the same thing. Have you done that, Clay? Rosa is a wonderful mixed media and painter and all that kind of stuff, artist. She does lovely work. Very creative. But and she is Sun and Moon Arts. Oh, Alicia, I just saw your comment about having to make the envelopes. I don't mind making the envelopes, but if you make these A2 sizes, you can buy A2 envelopes, either at Stampin' Up or really just about anywhere. And A2 is basically an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper cut in half, either lengthwise or the widthwise. This one is cut widthwise. This one was cut lengthwise. And what I mean by that is this is 11 inches by 4 1/4 and then folded in the middle. And this is 8.5 by 5 1/2 folded in the middle. So either way, it's an A2. Bubble wrap. And I've seen plastic wrap is too, because it gives you a crinkle effect. And I do want to try that. Just crinkle it up. I have a lot of stuff. My list is like growing and growing and growing, things I want to try. And then all these fancy fold cards and stuff I want to try, but I don't have all the dies and stuff, so I had to figure out ways to do them. I have some dies. They're not Stampin' Up ones, though, for fancy folds. And I also just have some card bases I had bought with fancy folds already, so you just basically put your papers and stuff on them, but I don't know. I think those I got from, excuse me, Paper Wishes. Yeah, I actually like mixed media. I'm just a little chicken sometimes to try some stuff. At least try it on video, you know. So there's another couple collabs coming up that I'm in that I haven't done an intro for yet, but I'll be doing an intro for one of them tomorrow. I guess maybe both of them tomorrow because the other one's coming up sooner than the first one. I'm a little nervous about both of them, actually, because they're a little out of my league, but we'll see. Okay, so what does it need, artist people? What do I need to do here? Yes, I know. You can. Bubble wrap with inks, like alcohol inks or just regular inks. I saw some really beautiful things done with alcohol inks, but I'm not going to go out and buy those yet. And Lupo paper, which I actually think I have. Just add a little more color. Now these are dye-based inks, like I said before. So see, they don't bleed through. Ink pads and water. Okay, that's like watercoloring then, to me. Because I've done that with the Stampin' Up ones, with the aqua pen. Now I'm just gonna Wink a Stella this whole butterfly, except the body, just the wings. So probably nothing new for you experienced crafters. In fact, these are pretty easy. I missed something. Ink pad ink. Okay. All right, so we'll just let this dry for a minute. And while we're doing that, we had to cut out a little orange butterfly. My scissors. I have to be able to get a little closer with the punch. And we're going to just use this butterfly duet punch again. And just use the little guy. Okay. So, and then we can figure out placement. Now what I did is I matted this on Daffodil Delight. And then we'll put that on the black card base. Okay, I think that makes it pop because it brings out the yellow in the butterfly. And the black from the paper. Just want this to dry a little more. Oh, I don't know. You guys are talking about all these techniques. I've never tried any of them. I feel like I'm still a beginner. In my eyes, I'm still a beginner because I just started paper crafting or any creative thing other than jewelry in 2017. And jewelry, I only started in like 2012, late 2011, early 2012, around then. So, because I was a workaholic. I worked, and raised my kids and took care of my house and dogs and cats and whatever else. I went to school nights for 12 years to get a degree, which I finally got at one point. So yes, I have a degree in accounting. And now I'm doing creative stuff, and and I love it. So anyway, I love it. In fact, you know, I work so much with like paperwork, contracts, and books and stuff that I really hate doing it now, but I do it. I have to, but you know, I really dislike it immensely. And it's tax time, and I have to, at some point, probably mid-March after one collab is over that I'm going to be in soon, I'm going to have to take like a week off and just do my taxes. Good night, Alicia. Thank you. Yes, the butterflies are beautiful. Next week, we will be doing, let me just show you real quick if you have a minute. Next week, we're going to be using Climbing Roses and the Rose Trellis Thinlits. I haven't made anything with them yet, but that's what's on the agenda for next week. And the week after that is going to be the, if I can find it, the tea something or other. Where is it? The one-page ones. I can't find it right now, but it's the teapot and teacups and matching framelits or thinlits or whatever they're called. Thank you. Yes, I have to schedule it out, because if I don't, I'll get lost in what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so now we need some dimensionals. No, I don't want the little ones. I want the big guys. And I guess we'll put it down here this time instead, and we'll have the butterfly facing over towards that one. That's what I think I want to do. Actually, maybe I do want some little ones. And I didn't put any ribbon on this time. People who are mathematical can often have an innate artistic side due to how much math you can get. Maybe. I don't know. I think I missed my calling, frankly, because I always was into music. I played piano and stuff. Thank you, Elisa. You too. Good night. And thank you for coming. Anyway, I played piano and I started to get good at it, but I still like this. I was never good enough in my own mind, you know, so I stopped. And like now I kind of kick myself for stopping. So, and then when I was older in my teen years, my father was self-employed, and he needed help with his books, and I seemed to be able to help him with them. So while I was in high school, I was doing his accounting and his bookkeeping and his taxes. So he kind of pushed me into going into being an accountant. And I thought, well, and then I took 2 classes in it, and the professor came up to me and said, you have a real knack for this. You need to stick with it. And then I got married and I had a kid, and I stopped for a while, but I went back to it because that seemed to be what I was supposed to do. Well, the positive side of it all is it paid the bills, right? Paid the bills. It's allowing me to do what I'm doing now, because I'm living off my earnings from all those years of working. The negative is I probably didn't spend nearly enough time with my family as I should have. And I really would have liked to do more creative stuff, but I didn't realize that at the time. Just didn't realize it. So there's a little bit of Deb's history. Little bit of Deb's history. And my mother worked in administration and stuff, so I don't know. But so I'll just be thankful that I can enjoy having fun now. and that I've met all you wonderful people, which is kind of an accident too. I wouldn't even be on here if it wasn't for Misty Blackburn swapping pocket letters with me and me feeling bad because she did a video and I couldn't because I didn't know how. So that was why I did my first video. And it was bad, but it was there. So I don't know if I got enough on now. Okay, guys, we're almost done. Oh, I'll put this on the inside first, and then we need a little flower on there. And then we'll be done. But I didn't work in true accounting either. Every live we learn a little bit about, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to run out of stuff to say, huh? Well, I hope you'll still subscribe after learning about me. I actually ended up working more in, shoot, I just pushed on that and got it crooked. Contracts. There's a little more about me. I worked for one company for off and on for 26 years. And it was an environmental company. And actually, the first 6 years, I was really a clerk. And then I was a benefits administrator. Hi, Joyce. Thank you for coming. You just missed Alicia. And we're on our last card here. I'm doing cards tonight. This is the first one we did. Well, actually, this is the one I made, and this is the one we did tonight. And then this was the second one. This is the one we did tonight, and this is the one I made previously. And then this is the one we're doing now, and we're just about done it. I just have to put a little flower on. I was telling a little bit of my life history. Joyce makes beautiful jewelry. She does a Friday night jewelry live. And she's the one we did the Dollar Tree jewelry swap with. She's running the swap. And then we just, we're just finishing a Valentine's swap. And actually, that's not the one I want. I want the little rant. Well, that's all right. We can put a flower instead. And then the next one's going to be wood jewelry, Afrocentric, which is going to be a challenge for me, but I'm going to do it. Bye, Keisha. Sorry I didn't see you going. Thank you, and good night. Hi, Brandy. You're coming in towards the end here, but it's okay. We love having you. So what we were using tonight, here's card 3. I'll just lay these out and then I'll show you what we were using. Here's card 2. And here's card 1. And these were all based on this stamp set from Stampin' Up called Beauty Abounds. And this die set called Butterfly Beauty Thinlits, which has these beautiful, I'm getting everything tangled again, these beautiful big butterflies, 2 sheets of them, and some little ones. But the only thing we used out of that tonight is this flourish on the first card. Most of the rest was stamping and punching out little butterflies from the designer paper. And the designer paper is called Botanical Butterfly Designer Series paper, which I've shown before, which is black and white on one side, and then, hold on, and then all different patterns on the other side. And this is in the Celebration catalog, so you can get it with a $50 purchase. This would be free with a $50 purchase if you would choose it. Sorry, your connection's bad. Okay, next Tuesday we're going to be doing the Climbing Roses and Rose Trellis Thinlits. Something with that. I don't know what exactly yet. And Thursday, it won't probably be alive, but I'm going to show you more about these thinlits. These are just some butterflies that were punched out of, not punched out, cut out of the thinlits, and they layer on top of each other. They're gorgeous. So I'm going to do a couple things, play around with that some more, and hopefully have something for you on Thursday. All right. Thank you, Joyce. Likewise, you are too. Thank you, Paige. I like the variety too. I actually, when I made the black and white gingham one, I was like, wow, that's really cool. Doesn't have anything to do with butterflies, and it barely used the butterfly Abounds, but it used a piece of the paper on the black and white side, so I really liked that. And then this was a different sheet of the paper. This is a sheet of the paper. So that's why I called it Beauty Abounds meets Botanical Butterflies, because it's the papers and then the stamps mostly. The Butterfly Abounds, I'm sorry, Beauty Abounds stamps, and we colored them in tonight. So that's it. Thank you, Kat. You all are talented too, and I'm so pleased to be in like your friends. What's a benefits administrator? Oh, Clay, you're too young to understand. Back in the day, before laptops and all this jazz, and back when they had big machine computers, there were some of us that actually got the claim forms at the companies for people's health benefits. And we had to fill out forms with people and approve them and then send them to the insurance company for people to get their reimbursement for benefits. So that's what a benefits administrator did. Yeah. Thank you, Therese. Thank you all for coming tonight. What time is it? 8:38. See, 3 cards took us an hour and a half. There's no way I can do 5 cards on a live like I tried to before. Thanks, Clay. So I enjoyed having you here. We could sit and chat for a little while. I can drink my tea. That's up to you guys. I don't know if I have any more life stories I want to tell tonight. What else do you want to know? Anything? You already know how old I am, roughly. So we won't go there. Love this tool, too. This is called the Take Your Pick tool. You know that by now because you all have watched me. This point is really sharp, though. Just be careful when you use it. And then this is the... I don't use this one as much, this putty part, but it is good for when you have loose sequins that aren't adhesive backed or something, or little gems to pick them up with. I have done it with the loose sequins. My live starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, Joyce, on Tuesdays. And the next 2 Tuesdays, oh, sorry, Kat. You know, I have found that when I feel like I have to tighten this, then it does come out, but I just sort of don't tighten it anymore and push it down a little bit. And that seems to help. I don't know. The next 2 Tuesdays I will be live at 7. On the 20, hang on, the 26th, I will not be able to do Tuesday because I'm going to be babysitting at my daughter's house the 26th and 27th. So I'm going to try and do a live on Monday night, the 25th, that week instead. But the other 2 weeks in between, I'll do Tuesdays at 7 unless something else comes up. You're welcome, Joyce. Thank you, Nix. Okay, well, I guess that's it. They were pretty easy cards tonight. Nothing spectacular. And I think sometimes I'll try and throw in some fancy folds, but then I'll probably just do 1 card in that live. I don't know. We'll see. We'll mix it up a little bit. But the next 2 weeks will probably just be cards. Maybe March I'll mix it up a little bit with projects and things. All right, guys. Well, we seem to be slowing down here, so I'm going to say good night also, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. I will have a short video or two up tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, depends on how long it takes me to upload them. One will be sharing this beautiful package that Charlize's Crafty Corner sent me and I got today. And the other will be another announcement video or two. And then Thursday I'll be back with something to do with these butterflies. I don't know what yet. So, and then I probably won't be on again till Saturday evening or Sunday morning. I'm going to try and get my swap project done Sunday, Joyce. Hopefully for February. I'm going to try and get it started and finished on Sunday, but we shall see. Sunday or Monday, for sure. That's what's on the schedule. All right, ladies and gents, have a wonderful evening. And I'll say good night now as soon as I find my mouse, which is way over here. I'll just type in here. Good night, Paige. Good night, everyone. Good night, Kat. Good night, Nix. You're welcome, Joyce. Thank you. Good night.